This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament.
Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
And this attempt will be from about 130 yards. Good-looking shot right here. Birdie attempt coming up for Ian. Hunter Mahan, second shot. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
No, sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Right off the edge.
Just a fraction softer, then it might have just turned in.
Just a couple of feet. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. He has this for par. Did the job right there. Par 4 second hole, a little bit longer than the first, this one at 442 yards.
Yeah, they've added a new tee, changed the bunkering down the right side. Still a semi-blind tee shot, a hole that bends softly to the left side. The bunkering around this green has changed. Still, it requires a very precise tee shot.
And that's going to stay on the fairway here at the second hole.
Long and straight.
That's how you do it. Now the approach shot from Ian Poulter. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Well, he'll be disappointed with that, no doubt.
Yeah, swing didn't quite look right on that one.
Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much would it roll.
One of the game's steadiest players, Hunter Mahan, has this for par. That was a good run right there. Almost went in.
At least he's seen the line as it went past the hole. So just replicate that on the way back.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. 1 under early in the round. One over for the day. Frank, what's the strategy here off the tee at the par 5 third?
For the long hitters, they still think that they can reach this par 5 and 2 comfortably with a good tee shot. For the shorter hitters, it really is a thought about where you lay up that second shot to try and leave a good third shot yardage in. Still a good tee shot, though. That hazard down the right side protects against someone who's a little too cavalier off the tee.
Frank, right where you want to be.
Wouldn't be better if it was on a tee. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy. Second shot.
Crucial eagle attempt on the way. Nice position, short grass, second shot. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. That was not a very good read right there. He'll need to be strong with this. There's a birdie try now for Hunter Mahan. Back to par for the round. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. So 2 under early on. Here now at the par 3 fourth. Frank, what's the setup here?
Plays a little downhill, so it won't play its full 180 yards. You can perhaps take one club off the decision off the tee. The green, as you can see now, is a little wider than what it was deep. The bunkering, though, is certainly excellent there. A little pot bunker on the right side, one there if you come up a little short, and there's another one on the left side should you pull your tee shot.
Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
It's a good-looking putt right here. He might like it. Oh, he's going to love it.
How far was that? That was miles away.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Nice, solid start to the round. Tee to green looks to be in command.
Yeah, it's surprising. I thought he might have been a little shaky out of the gate, but certainly proved me wrong. I'm loving that balance.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, just a slight miss off the tee. He's in the fairway bunker.
Yeah, I just really got to pick the right club once again. Sometimes you take a little bit more club out of the fairway bunker, choke down.
His second shot. Just a bit offline and into the bunker. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. That is a tremendous shot right there. Touch and nerve. He had it all, and he has the bottom of the barrel. Hunter Mahan for par. So just a formality here. So with that, the score is now at even par. Par 4 sixth, and Frank, a couple of options here.
Yeah, a hole that bends to the left. A draw is the preferred shot off the tee. The longer hitters will have a big advantage. They'll be able to get it down there and just have a pitch or a short wedge into this. If you're not, that long, then you're going to have to lay it back short of those bunkers. That's going to leave a lengthy second shot.
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon. Oh, that's fine.
Frank, Hunter Mahan's built an impressive resume with WGC victories, a playoff win, and appearances at the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, one of those World Golf Championship events in the match play, he beat none other than Rory McIlroy in the final. He's been one of the steadiest players and one of the most efficient players tee to green over the last 5 to 10 years.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
Not enough on that one.
Yeah, just seemed to baby it.
Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Oh, hello there. Really nice putt. Poulter for par. Just a couple of feet. Now at -2 for the day. Frank, where's the difficulty here on the 7th hole, the par 3 of more than 200 yards?
Well, Rich, front hole locations are always probably the toughest here because that's the narrowest part of the green. Bunkering really hasn't changed, and the green still does widen up, but the hole tends to play slightly uphill.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. Headed for the bunker. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3. Not a problem there, Rich.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
Even par currently.
This one looks good. Might like it. Oh, they're going to love it. What a putt. Trying to move on with a par in his pocket. There you have it. Well done. Great putt. Now here at the par 4 8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. So in the first cut here, it could be worse.
Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Frank, not close, but from that lie, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Frank, as we get set for this approach, what does our featured player need to do to regain some of that early round magic?
First, a bit of advice, really. Take a deep breath. Make sure all those bad thoughts get out of your mind. After that hot start, we all know they can play better than this, but they need to relax first of all and then let their game take over again.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Settles in over the putt. Boy, looked like Ben Crenshaw right there. That was smooth and easy, right in the heart. One of the game's steadiest players, Hunter Mahan, has this for par. Still even par for the day. Finishing out the front side now at the ninth. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front nine, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
A great way to start a hole, nicely placed in the fairway. Boy, this one has a chance to be really good. Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Setting up for another approach, our featured golfer has continued that excellent play from earlier in the round.
Indeed, there's no better feeling in the world than when you know you're firing on all cylinders. Hitting fairways, second shot's just going straight at the flag. Right now, everything is working.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
Oh, what a putt from long distance, bottom of the barrel. He has this for par. Clean this up with a tap. So he has that for bogey. I can't help but think that the double bogey back on the 6th hole seems to have rattled him. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You need a bit of force to extract one out of there.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see. Not in the fairway, but not too bad. Just in that first cut.
This looks like it's heading for the bunker.
Mishit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Yeah, about 145 yards left here. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot.
Remember, out of the rough. Expect the ball to jump forward a little bit.
Getting set now over the putt.
It's a cruel game.
Did the job right there. That is a solid par putt. Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts of crazy things down the right. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Excellent looking shot here. Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway.
Second shot.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, this is just a pleasure to watch. A player hitting on all cylinders at the top of his game.
Notice it's just flowing too. There's not a lot of deep analysis going through his mind. Just one step in front of the other. If your swing's there, you don't have to find it. If your putting stroke's there, you don't have to find it. Just let it happen.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Oh, what a beautiful roll right there, dead center. Birdie chance now for Hunter Mahan. Just like that, now at 2 under. 12th hole now, looking at 192 yards, par 3.
Won't quite play that distance because that tee shot is considerably downhill. But you really have to be cognizant of the wind if it's coming off the left, because it easily brings that water into play down the right should that tee shot just start moving with the wind.
Well, the tee shot has landed in the bunker. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed. Yeah, it was a little over-ambitious.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The two greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sand wedge. Amazing.
Really. This is that awkward length. Oh, that was nasty.
That's an outrage right there. I mean, if there's a high commission of golfdom, we need to consult them right now because it's just simply not fair, Frank. It's not.
I think the people above are frowning on the people below.
All right, good putt.
The rhythm of that stroke. Didn't try and bash it in the back.
Nudge this one home, finish it up. Frank, we hear the sports psychologists say, forget about the bad shot, put it behind you. But you know, it just isn't that easy sometimes. You make the double bogey as he did on a previous hole, you're steaming mad. It's hard to let it go.
Well, it's like a lot of things in life too. You've got to choose whether you want to be your own friend or your own foe. And you know, right now you can see that he's fighting himself, and that's the biggest difference. You got to realize your best friend out there is you.
Confidence right now clearly is shaken.
Oh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. Second shot from the rough, it's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Now the third shot for Hunter Mahan.
Should be safely on deck.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Chance to get it close here. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Oh, I thought he had that. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Mahan is capable of lighting it up. This one is for birdie.
Oh, good roll, good putt.
This for par. Nice par to remain at 2 under. Par 4 14th, Frank, it seems as though you'd be pretty happy with a par here.
You would. Even though the putting surfaces here at TPC Scottsdale are excellent, it's going to take 2 good shots to reach this 14th hole. You can get in a little bit of trouble off the tee. That bunker on the left very much in play. The rough on the right side is no snack either, because the ball, more often than not, will finish well above the player's feet. And, of course, that green is very, very narrow, well protected by bunkers on the left.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Frank, it makes the game easy when you play it from the fairway.
Especially when you play it from a lie like that.
Shot now from the rough. Frank, what's he facing?
Well, the lie first and foremost. If it's sitting down, then obviously you're not going to get a very good contact. Nothing wrong with coming up a little bit short of the green. Problem is turning one mistake into another.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, too bad. He'll have to play from the bunker. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Not what he wanted, but he's headed to the beach. In the greenside bunker here, Frank. Nice to go to the beach, but not too often, we hope. That's how the best in the world play it, Frank.
Well, I tell you, a little lucky that it went in, but it was always going to be close.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
He'll need to be strong with this. Putting all of his talents on display here from the rough, and he knocks it really close. Beautiful shot. And with that, 1 under par. Now at the par 5 15th, and Frank, there is plenty to catch your eye. There's also quite a bit to catch your ear. You can hear the roars at the par 3 16th. So how do you focus on the task at hand?
Great question, Rich. You know, you realize you're about to enter the stadium part of the golf course, but this is the last par 5 that you're going to play. We've seen eagles here over the years. We've seen many a player hit it in the water off the tee or water short of the green. Certainly one of the tougher tee shots coming in. No bunkers here to worry about, just that huge lake to the left. Find the fairway. You might just find the green.
And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works here. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fine to play amongst it too, because it's such a rare event.
And to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday. Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Playing his 4th shot after the 3rd was wet. A little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Shaky? Maybe put both hands on it?
That one ends up in the rough.
Oh, that went sideways.
Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully, and you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that 3rd shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision. But, Hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Oh my goodness, he just made that. I cannot believe it.
I was thinking might get it close, and just a great shot.
This requires a lot of speed through the ball. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable.
One of the game's steadiest players, Hunter Mahan, has this for par.
Good read, good line, well played.
Now to the 16th hole, and Frank, what makes this so special is the walk underneath the grandstands. It's the gladiator coming into the Coliseum.
That's a perfect description, Rich, and that's why this hole is unlike any other hole on the PGA Tour. The atmosphere that the players feel on that tee, they cannot prepare for, they can't experience anywhere else. This is a once-in-a-lifetime par 3.
And when you look at it from up high with the blimp view, it sort of appears as though they've dropped Fenway Park or Wrigley Field right into the desert. And this is a sellout crowd. I mean, this is 20,000 fans, and there's nothing like it. There's not a single hole in golf that has more fans on it than the 16th here at TPC Scottsdale.
No snack, though.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful putt. This is the strength of his game, putting. Ian Poulter set to go. You have to like that. 4 under. Frank, 16 was fun. 17 is always exciting here at TPC Scottsdale.
You've got to be careful because that water that sort of goes around the left side of the green, if that ball's coming in with a little bit of hook, it's just going to keep going left. There's the one bunker you really have to focus on. That's the one in the middle of the fairway. 280 will carry that. Chances are the ball can run onto the green. It takes a brave man really to try and fly this ball all the way there. It's not really needed because there's always another 10 or 15 yards of run. Factor that in.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Boy, I'm reminded of what an old caddy used to say about the great Lanny Watkins when he was on fire. You can't hide the flagstick from that man. Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. And getting ready for the putt. Now at -2 for the day. Ian for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take it completely over the lake down the left side where there was just one Poultry bunker. Now there's a series of bunkers, almost like the church pews at Oakmont, that are littered down the left side, stopping that attack. You're going to have to respect this hole that much more off the tee. Find the fairway. It's still a short iron in, but this finishing hole is now a proper finishing hole.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Headed for the bunker. So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here. Second shot.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All of the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Love it. With a nice splash out of the bunker, it lands softly and just runs out right next to the hole. Beautiful shot. Great professionals, Frank. They don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options, and you don't have to hit the ball first.
This is an 11-foot putt. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. Not a gimme, but well within his range. And with that, a very strong performance. It's a round of 66. So they'll tap in. That's 1 under on the day. Well, Frank, this day had a little bit of everything. And you always catch your breath after a round at TPC Scottsdale because it's generally just so exciting, and today was no exception.
Yeah, the atmosphere here is unlike any other TPC golf course.